And here we go, we've got our first vessel of the day on approach, and it looks like... I can't tell if he's trying to help her and maybe instruct her, or she's just got it and he's just standing there. But they're coming in, the approach looks solid, great approach speed and angle. And I think she's gonna have it laid down, but welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Boynton Beach. And she's gonna land it over here with the soft touch, an easy landing, and our first crew is gonna get on the dock. So we see this one all the time at our Miami ramps. It's not one I've seen a ton here at Boynton for whatever reason though, but that's where the guys on the jet skis don't bother tying them up, don't do anything, don't even go up to a dock. They just run them right up the concrete ramp, which is exactly what we're about to witness here. The only problem with this one is they're basically taking up all 3 lanes now by doing this. I'm curious to see how long they'll get away with this one for, as there are cars down here still trying to load. And now really what's going to happen as well is this ramp, the dock's open. Somebody's going to pull in here, try and take that dock, and want to pull their vessel probably as well. So they're just going to start walking up the ramp. And I'm curious to see how this one goes. So our blue boat's going to skip on this dock, because that's what I'm really waiting to see what happens, is what's going to happen when somebody goes for that. So our guy's walking up. I'm assuming he's going to get a trailer, but again, another difficult one. You can't really... You're going to have to pull the skis back off to pull the trailer in unless you're pulling it in right next to him. And our poor girl probably has no clue what she's just gotten herself into by leaving the skis here on the dock. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this one. I mean, they really are taking up all 3 lanes to pull this one off. And it just... I don't know how that one's gonna play out. And here we go. We've got a truck. You see him pulling in up there on the top left. And really, this lane and the one all the way to the far right are the only 2 that are really open. But it's a big boat, and I don't think there's any way he's fitting in between that ski in this lane. And now that the dude's left, I'm wondering how apt she's going to be to want to try and move that ski so they can launch. And to top it all off, here we go, what I was waiting on as well. We've got a boat coming in on the dock. So the truck up here, I can tell by the way he's angling, he was going to take that launch. But he's going to get blocked by the pro line, who in theory touches the dock before he fully commits. It's their dock, and they're going to slide off the dock as well. Cap up, and he hits it in reverse, and the boat's pulling out. He's got to watch out because there's actually a metal barrier around the concrete piling there at the end, and easily scratch your boat on that. So Cap's going to have to come back in and try this one on a second approach. And we were correct. You could tell up top where that vessel's sitting, the one that pulled around, they wanted this launch lane. So Cap starts to work it around. His friend is going to go for the bow and try and get him pulled over. So they're going to try and work it back around. But now's where things will get interesting, because these guys, of course, are going to want to bring their trailer down. The boat that's up top at the launch wanted this ramp as well. I'm curious who's going to give first on this. The guy with the trailer, the boat that just docked, or the jet ski. So, as we thought, it's the jet ski that's going to give, and now she's stuck trying to pull these things over to the dock on the other side. The guys from the boat who just pulled up were like, yeah, we're going to grab our trailer, can you move them? And now she's going to move them over to this other dock, which easily could have been done to begin with. I still never understand why you would want to scuff your hull up, pulling it up on the concrete like this to begin with. So one of the young ladies we can see walking down here is from the boat behind her. It looks like she was going to try and give her a hand, but actually the other guy you see down here pulling the ski off is the guy from the pro line that just came in as well. So everybody's being cordial about it, which is pretty rare for down here at Boynton. It seems like when something like this happens, it just gets out of hand and gets heated quickly as everybody wants to raise their tone. But here it looks like it all went politely and they're just like, hey, can you move over so we can grab our trailer and get our boat out of here? And speaking of the jet skis, it has been a busy day with the skis down here. I mean, so this is an interesting load attempt here. They're trying to get the ski onto the trailer by pushing it around. And our crew looks like they're going to try moving on that same dock. For a minute, it looked like he was going to pass it. And now he brake checks it out, and he's going to try and line it back up. So coming in, it looks like the wind and currents got him a little bit, so he's going to have to give it a little more power to try and get that stern to swing back around. I can't tell if he's in reverse. That's kind of what it looks like as he's trying to get around onto the dock. And again, there's a metal, you'll have to pay attention to this when they come around. There's a big metal barrier that's squared off, not round, squared off around the square piling, of course. And man, it is an odd formulation down here. We watch so many boats get scratched, as you'll see it right here, because it just sticks out. And it'd be interesting if they would have used round pilings. They could have used a circular one, which wouldn't have been as bad, but the square ones obviously got edges on the side. And we've watched many a boat since they built these docks down here just a few years back wind up scratched bad from those. And here comes our next vessel in on approach. And Cap comes in on the approach, and our girl, she winds up jumping off, winds up grabbing the boat, bringing it to a halt. And she's not really tying it off on anything. And Cap's not really giving her any instructions either. And he's just going to leave her standing down there. This one's odd. She's not tying it off, so I guess like she's just gonna be the human cleat for the boat as he goes to get stuff. I mean, I guess, but just an odd one. I'm wondering if she doesn't know that she can just tie it off on the cleat. Maybe she doesn't want to, or maybe Cap just didn't give her any instruction and was just like, yo, I'll be right back, hang out. And that's what she's doing now, is just straight chilling on the dock, holding the boat. And this is several minutes later, and as you can tell, our young lady is still just acting as a human cleat standing here. And she's been there for a little while. I'm not sure where Cap went. He's taking his sweet time trying to get this trailer, though. And our crew comes in next to her. I mean, maybe she'll get the hint here when she sees them tie off, but no, we're just going to reach out and grab cleats with no lines as well. So maybe this is just the play down here at Boynton. Well, we won't tie off. We'll all just hold the boats today. But they're going to go ahead and get out of here. And speaking of getting out of here, we're going to get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats versus Haulover. Remain a machine, take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.